There, this is Joe Meadows, and in this video, we're going to be talking about managing roles and permissions on your OPSOC account. Let's get started. So, to edit roles and permissions, you need to be able to edit company settings. If you don't have access to edit company settings, I would let you know that this is something that's managed internally at your company. It's not something that we manage as the vendor. You'll see that in this video if you continue watching. So, the best way to know if you have access to edit company settings is come here to your company page and see if you have this edit button here in the top right-hand corner. Okay, let's dive in. We press edit. You can see here that we have a roles section right here. If we want to edit roles, basically we can add new ones right here. Let's add a test role for video recording. Okay, so now we've got a role. The reason that we create these roles is that this allows you to really, really customize what your team has access to. So we know that occupational health and safety data can be quite sensitive, and we have access to things like incident investigations that you might want to restrict access to. So using these roles, you can create custom access either for tiers that you create yourself or for each individual position in your company. We've kind of seen both on our side. So in order to edit what somebody has access to, by default, they have access to nothing, which is not ideal. So we just press edit here, and you can see that we have really extensive permissions for all these roles. So you can see all that stuff, and you can edit it to your liking. There's two meaningful things to note here. One is that we give you the ability to toggle between having access to do things on just the work site where you work. So that's something pretty common for frontline employees, or having access to do things across all the work sites in the company, which is more common for managers. And the reason we do that is we don't want your kind of frontline employees to get confused by seeing information from other places aside from where they work. So typically what we see is we only give them access to modify things on their assigned work site, whereas we give managers the ability to do things at any work site. So that's something meaningful you want to kind of keep an eye on in case you ever have any challenges there. Additionally, one of the cool things that we do is we allow you to stack roles. So roles are not a binary, basically meaning that you only have one, but you can actually have access to multiple roles. So what we've seen customers do is they use this for things like maybe giving the fire team access to incident investigations, or if you have a super user that you want to be able to assign to various people regardless of their role, you can create a custom role for that, and you can assign that to a user in addition to their regular role. So that process is really simple. If I was to go into my directory, let me just quickly filter for some of our pro users. Let's see if we can find somebody here. Okay, I'm going to go to somebody else. Let's go to Selma. So she's currently a super user. If I edit her role, I can see that she's a pro user with the role of super user, but I could actually give her all these other roles. And the way that this is going to work is it's going to make sure that she has access to as much as possible. So if a regional manager has access to something or doesn't have access to something that a super user does, she will have access to the most amount of things. And that's a really, really powerful tool if you use it correctly. If you have ideas and you're not sure if they're going to work, reach out to our team and we'll make sure you get set up correctly. That's it for roles and permissions. Hopefully this is helpful. If you do have any questions, please let us know. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks.